So in this week's video, I'd like to talk about the 3 critical keys to pricing. And so before I get into that though, I want to talk about why pricing is so critical. I've done a number of videos on this, and the reason why it came to mind again is because I was working with a client today and we were looking at just slight changes in pricing and how it really impacts your bottom line, especially for accounting practices. I mean, you basically have a fixed pricing model for the accounting firm. So I'm saying the costing model of your business, which is you've got salaries and you've got overhead, and they're pretty well, they don't go up and down. It's not like you're building widgets and you have to do this pricing, this every widget costs $5 and away you go, and so your pricing keeps going up or costing keeps going up. Cost stays static basically. But if you can increase the price per client, it hits the bottom line incredibly. And so that's why I wanted to talk about this, is that there's 3 critical keys to getting a higher price from your clients in an accounting practice, and they go in order like this. So the first one is what I like to call positioning. The first key is positioning. And positioning is all about the service that you're providing your clients. And so there's this wonderful concept known as the value curve, and I've got a copy of it. I might put it into post-production here in this video and to give you a snapshot of it. If you haven't seen it or you want to get a little bit more, you can go to my website and ericsolbackincpa.com and get a copy of this on there, and also it's in my free masterclass. But positioning talks about where the services that you're providing your clients makes it naturally they're willing to pay more or less. So they're either, we'll call it compliance filings. So if you're just doing tax returns or bookkeeping, it's kind of a low price pressure, like low price point. The clients are way more price sensitive than if you were doing planning for an exit, or they're looking to do an M&A transaction, or if they're doing, say, an estate freeze for their family members. And it's really important for grandma and grandpa to make sure that everybody gets what they need out of the estate plan. So it has more value because it's the positioning. So it comes down to the positioning and what you're offering your clients. What I show my accounting firm clients to do is to move away from compliance work and compliance filings and move to more of a control, a CFO quarterback is what I call it, as being that quarterback that CPAs are actually trained to do. So if you position yourself as that quarterback where you're helping them traverse their what I call the 4 planning pillars, you're going to have upward pressure on price. So that's step 1. The step 2 is a 4-letter word. I've talked about this before in my videos. It's sales, but we'll switch it over. It's not sales per se, but it's conversations. So it's client conversations. Oh, here I go. I can't spell here today. Here. Let's fix that. Okay, so conversations. Okay, client conversations. So how you talk to your client about your services makes a huge difference on how much they're willing to pay you. I have another free PDF on my website that you can get that talks about the 3 biggest mistakes that we make, and goes deeper into this subject. But the conversation, how you talk to your clients about your services and about what they're going to get, changes the price point. Believe it or not, you can offer them, you can do the same thing, and I've done this before with other firms where you try 2 different methodologies. You talk to a client about all the things you're going to do, all the tax returns and the filings and all the rest of that, as opposed to talking to them about what they're going to get or what their hopes and dreams are, and instantly you talk about the future value of what they're going to receive, not the stuff you're doing, punches the price up. So first is positioning, what you do. Second is how you talk to them about what you do. And then the third key point here that I wanted to highlight is that is going to affect your price that you can command from your clients is your billing model. And so a lot of talk is out there about it's the billable hour versus value pricing. And so in the account success formula model that I share with the accounting firms is that I did this in my practice. I moved away from billing by the hour to a subscription base, a monthly model where they had unlimited access to me. And I value priced that to make sure that my practice would give me the income I wanted and give the clients the value they deserved. So the billing model, what I found was when you change the billing model away from a billable hour to a set price, shall we call it, or a value price, they're willing to pay a lot more money for that. So that's the linchpin at the end of it, is that if you can get them on this new billing model, it smooths out your cash flow and they're willing to pay you more. So these are the three major keys that I found in my practice, and that every firm that I've worked with, they are critical. It's that number one is positioning what you do. Number two, how you talk to your clients about what you're going to do, which is, in other words, don't tell them what you're going to do, talk about what they're going to get. And then number three, move away from a billable hour model to value pricing. Dramatically changes the price that you can command from your clients, and ultimately hits your bottom line dramatically. Like, your profitability goes through the roof, and if your profitability goes through the roof, you can work with less clients, which means less time, and you don't have to have shitty tax seasons and yada, yada, yada. So that's why I created the Accountant Success Formula. That's what I teach and I share with the accounting firms that I work with, is to show them how to move from this traditional billing by the hour, compliance-driven practice to a value pricing subscription model firm that gives them all the freedoms that they deserve. So there you go. 3 keys to pricing. Remember that again: positioning, conversation, billing model. That's what the Accountant Success Formula shows you. So I'm Eric Solbach, and wherever you're watching this, please scroll down, leave a comment for me, and stay tuned for more success tips to come.